Hey, this is Geoff, and this is me taking a flying lesson the other day. Taking off from Merrill Field here in Anchorage, Alaska. We're gonna fly over to Birchwood, which by car takes about a half hour or so, but we'll be there in no time. Could tell it's raining a little bit. Merrill Tower over there to the right, one of the few general aviation airports that has its own tower. You can see Anchorage off to the left there. And off to the left there is Elmendorf Air Force Base, and we have to stay on the right side of the interstate. You see it down there, and that's my instructor Brent. Starts to rain a little bit. I put this clip in there because it's a little tough to see. We ended up going over the top of the runway here, making a loop around. But this is my first touch and go coming into Birchwood. Runway 1 left. And as you can see, I'm aiming right straight for the white markings there. And this was my first landing this day, and I thought I did actually pretty good. So we touch down, I lower the raise the flaps. I look over to make sure they're up right there, and then put the hammer down, and we're about to take off again. Got a little bit of rain still. And that other runway, or the other direction, is runway 19 right. And you can see the airstrip over there to the left. That's Cook Inlet that we're flying over. And we're coming over the top of the trees. A little wide there. Got to pull her back in line. And every time I come over the top of these trees here, I think the wheels are just going to kind of brush the top of them. Kind of freak me out. It looks like I'm coming in a little short, and I think what I need to do is just keep looking down to the end of the runway and not right in front of me. So I do my flare right here. That's where I pull back on the stick or the yoke. Power off and touch down. Flaps up, carb heat off, full throttle. And we're up again. Got some pretty groovy tunes going on here too. Alright, coming in, what is this, the third one? So, went a little wide again, and now I believe this is going to be an aborted landing. We're going to do a go-around on this one. I flared a little bit too soon. And we ended up bouncing down the runway. So aiming for the paint there, I power off a little too soon, I flare, and then I go down and then back up, and then we just put the hammer down and we take back off without even touching. Alright, coming in, we're lined right straight up down on this one. A little off center line. Down, flaps up, carb heat off, power up, and we're back down the runway. What we do is we end up flying straight forward up to about 600 or 700 feet, then we turn left and fly back around over the Cook Inlet about 1,000 feet, then we drop back down. So we go up and down. We did this 6 or 7 times.
There's going to be another aborted landing here coming up. I believe it's the next to last one, whatever that one is. This got a little bit of a crosswind here. That wasn't bad. A little bit off center. One of these my instructor landed, and I don't know which one. I think it was the last one. Mine are a little less smooth than his. So we're climbing back up, and I believe the next shot is over Cook Inlet. Yeah, there's a good shot of Birchwood Airport off to the left, going over the inlet. And I believe this might be the other aborted landing. Okay, I'm going to set this up, and if this isn't it, then we'll come back to it. But I'm aiming right for the white paint down there at the end. And what's going to happen is I fixate on it, almost to the point where I didn't flare or pull up. And my instructor ended up taking the yoke, and you can see I'm going right in. It looks like I'm going to nose plant right into the end of the runway. And so he hammers down, and we don't even touch down. So he thought I was going to run the plane right into the end of the runway. That's him shaking his head. So we called it a day, and we're headed back into Anchorage, Merrill Field, and we're hitting some rain here again. And this, we're going right over Eagle River, Alaska, which is right along the highway. I would say interstate, but none of the roads here connect to any other state. That's a good shot because of the sun coming through the clouds, but we still have to stay to the left of that highway, and we're only flying at about 1,000 feet. And that's the runway right in front of us, and right beyond that is downtown Anchorage. So when we take off, we have to go right over those buildings, or fly off to the side. This is runway 25 flying into Merrill Field. That was all me landing, and then we taxi off on taxiway Foxtrot off to the right, and we go and shut her down. I thought it was all in all a good flight. I've got about just over 30 hours now, so I think the next step is cross countries. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed the flight lesson. This is Geoff, over and out.